Civil danger for the state of California. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the California State Police. At 4:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, reports of a mysterious blue light shining from dark alleys have been received. Victims who attempted to investigate the source of the light were severely injured, with burns covering their bodies, and shards of blue crystals in their chests. Police advise all civilians to avoid any source of blue light. The light can be found in dark areas, such as unpopulated areas, alleyways, or places where no light is present. If you happen to be in any of the mentioned places, get out of the area immediately. Authorities are trying to investigate who or what is emitting the light. Stay tuned for further updates as they become available. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Governor of the State of California. More reports of blue light being emitted from dark places have been received. The light now appears to shine as a beam of energy. Anything hit by the beam will become vaporized. The light can also bounce off any reflective surfaces. In addition, police have discovered an unidentified suspect standing on top of buildings. When apprehended, the suspect will vanish, leaving a large blue crystal sticking out of the surface. The suspect's identity or description could not be found, but the suspect appeared to be wearing a necklace with a blue crystal shaped like a crescent moon. The crystal will glow a blue light before the suspect vanishes. If you happen to find the suspect, do not attempt to apprehend the suspect. Remain out of sight, and dial 911 immediately. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the California State Police. At 6:03 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, police have discovered a body inside of a blue crystal pillar. The body was completely frozen, and there were shards of blue crystal inside of the victim's heart. Witness reports state that the suspect shot a beam of light from its palm, and that the victim hit by the beam was encased in a crystal pillar. In addition, the suspect's identity has been confirmed to be 11-year-old Diana Parker. Diana was reported to have disappeared in Springville, Utah. It is unknown if Dustin Parker came with Diana Parker. To protect yourself from Diana Parker, remain indoors. Keep a mirror or other reflective object with you, in case Diana shoots a beam of light at you. Although Diana can't become encased, reflecting her beam at her can temporarily stun her. We interrupt our programming. This is a law enforcement warning. At around 7:15 p.m., Diana Parker was reported to have been found in a broken crystal pillar. She has a small wound on her chest from a crystal shard. Diana states that she has lost her necklace, and that Dustin Parker is currently searching for it. Diana also states that the suspect isn't her, but an entity that was fused with Diana's body. It is believed that the entity has lost control and is killing everything in sight. Police have stated that the entity gains its powers from the light emitted by the moon, and authorities are trying to lower the entity into an indoor structure to capture it. The entity is believed to be hunting Dustin Parker. If you see Dustin Parker, bring him inside your shelter to prevent him from getting hurt. If you see the entity, dial 911 immediately. Do not approach the entity. following message is being transmitted at the request of the National Guard. The entity has created another shockwave, causing more crystals to erupt from the ground. The crystal shards have caused severe damage to multiple nuclear power plants in the United States. The following power plants are at risk of meltdown: Rancho Seco Nuclear Generating Station, Diablo Canyon Power Plant, and Santa Nafra Nuclear Power Plant. Civilians are advised to evacuate to the eastern side of the United States. Tie a white towel to a visible spot on your house, such as a door or a mailbox. This will tell authorities that you are aware of the evacuation plan. Do not use the towel if you need assistance. Bring enough food and water for each member of the family. Once again, civilians are advised to evacuate to the eastern side of the United States. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Dustin Parker is now headed towards the entity. Dustin states that he has absorbed the moon's light, and that his powers have reached full potential. He also states that the entity's power is significantly weaker, as the entity was fused to Diana's body, meaning that its power is limited by Diana's skill. However, the entity has still lost control, and a direct hit by another shockwave will severely weaken Dustin. The only way to incapacitate the entity is to reflect its beam of light towards its eyes, or to destroy the crystal on its back. Use a mirror, or other reflective object to reflect the beam of light. Police are currently trying to destroy the crystal on its back. If you have a firearm, use it to shoot the crystal. Remain out of the entity's sight at all times. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Dustin Parker has broken into a fight with the entity. However, it has been discovered that the entity is partially fused with Diana's body, as all damage inflicted on the entity was partially returned to Diana Parker. It is believed that a fatal blow to the entity will gravely affect Diana, and that the crystal should be destroyed first. Dustin is trying to weaken the entity, without hurting Diana. It appears that the entity is about to burst, causing another shockwave. In addition, untouched crystals are erupting, causing more entities to spawn. It is believed that the clones are headed to Dustin's location, in order to aid in the destruction. The entity will become weaker at sunrise. Civilians must remain indoors. If you have a firearm, use it to shoot down the crystal. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. The entity has created another shockwave, leaving Dustin Parker incapable of fighting. The shockwave has caused multiple electronic malfunctions across the country. In addition, military radar has detected the launch of 15 nuclear missiles from the United States. Target locations are unknown at this time, but the missiles are expected to hit the United States in approximately 15 minutes. The crystal has been destroyed, but a strange light is being emitted from the crystal, increasing the entity's power. Dustin Parker is assumed to be deceased, as there is no response to adhesive contact. The nuclear missiles are expected to strike the United States in approximately This is an emergency action termination. The danger to all residents is over. Fallout is still a threat to civilians, so it is advised that you stay inside of your fallout shelters. Dustin Parker was found to be alive. At approximately 12:38 a.m., a large cloud has formed above the skies of California. The cloud completely blocked all of the moonlight, making the entity extremely weak. Dustin finished off the entity, and he has recovered Diana's necklace. Diana Parker is currently in a coma from the fatal blow dealt to the entity, but nonetheless, the danger has passed. Dustin is now headed towards the hospital to return the necklace to his sister. He states that she will heal faster if she has become one with the crystal again. Although this event is over, fallout is still a threat to civilians, so it is advised that you stay in your fallout shelters.